Hey, welcome back. I'm Ash.
And I'm Sage. We're really glad you're here today.
So, Sage, it's Monday morning. How are you feeling?
Honestly, a little slow. I had 2 cups of coffee and I still feel like my brain is loading.
Yeah. Monday mornings are like that sometimes.
I checked my messages before I even got out of bed. That was a mistake.
Already?
There was a message from my manager. It said, "Can we talk this afternoon?" And that was it. Just that. Nothing else.
Oh. That kind of message.
Yes, that kind. I spent the whole morning thinking, what did I do? Is something wrong? Is it the report?
And what did it turn out to be?
He wanted to tell me I did a good job on the project last week. That's it.
So the message was actually good news.
Yes, but my brain decided it was bad news before I even read the second line, which didn't exist.
I think a lot of people feel that. Especially with messages from managers. One short message and your whole morning changes.
Completely. Do you ever feel that?
Sometimes. I used to get nervous before any meeting. Even small ones. Just looking at the calendar was stressful.
What changed?
Slowly, I started to prepare a little more. Just simple things. Like reading the agenda before the meeting. Knowing what to expect helped me feel calmer.
That makes sense. Knowing what's coming helps a lot.
And if there's no agenda? I just remind myself it's okay to listen first. I don't have to say something immediately.
Right. Sometimes just listening is enough.
Exactly. You're allowed to listen. You're allowed to take your time. There's no rule that says you must speak in the first 30 seconds of a meeting.
I wish someone had told me that 3 years ago.
Same. I used to feel pressure to say something fast. Like if I was quiet, people would think I wasn't paying attention.
And now?
Now I know that listening carefully is actually a skill. Not a weakness.
That's really good to remember. Listening is a skill. I like that.
And hey, if you're listening to us right now, maybe from a bus or a train or a lunch break, you're already doing something good today. You're listening. And that counts.
It really does. Okay. So, I had a moment this morning that made me laugh a little. After that stressful manager message, I had a video call with the team.
How did that go?
It went okay, but at the beginning, I couldn't find the mute button. And I was eating a biscuit when the call started. So everyone heard crunching.
No.
Yes, very loud crunching. I was looking for the mute button. The biscuit was not quiet. And then my manager said, "Sage, it sounds like you're enjoying breakfast."
What did you say?
I said, "I'm sorry, I'll mute myself." And then I pressed the wrong button and turned my camera off.
That's such a real thing.
And then the camera came back on and I was just there, mid-biscuit, looking surprised.
I'm laughing, but I promise I've done something very similar.
Tell me.
I once joined a Zoom call and I was still in my kitchen. I didn't realize my background was my messy counter. There were dishes. A half-open cereal box. Everything.
And you didn't notice?
Not until someone said, "Ash, is that cornflakes?" I looked behind me and just said, "Yes. Yes, it is." And moved on.
The professional thing to do.
Exactly. The professional thing is to just keep going. You say sorry if you need to. You fix what you can fix. And then you move forward.
Move forward. That's a good phrase.
It is. And at work, You use it a lot. Let's move forward. We can move forward with this plan. It means we continue. We go to the next step.
Can I say it in a meeting?
Absolutely. If a discussion is taking too long, you can say, "Should we move forward?" Or, "I think we're ready to move forward." Very natural. Very professional.
Let me try. I think we're ready to move forward.
Good. That sounds calm and confident.
Maybe say it with me if you're listening. I think we're ready to move forward. Try it slowly. No pressure. Just try.
That phrase works in so many situations. After a long email thread. After a difficult conversation. After solving a problem.
Or after someone's camera comes back on mid-biscuit.
Even then.
Okay. So I also wanted to talk about something I read this morning. Between the manager message and the crunching disaster.
Go on.
There's a lot of talk right now about how people communicate at work. Specifically, how we write messages. Short messages, long messages, the tone we use.
Yes. That's been a big topic.
I read that a lot of misunderstandings at work happen because of messages. Not because the words are wrong, but because the tone is missing.
Right. When you talk face to face, people can see your expression. They can hear your voice. They know if you're being kind or serious or joking.
But in a message, you just have words.
And sometimes a short message feels cold. Even when it's not.
Like, can we talk? Those 3 words. So short. So simple. But they made me nervous for 2 hours this morning.
If that message had said, "Can we talk?" Nothing urgent, just want to share some feedback. How would you have felt?
Completely different. So much calmer.
That's what communication experts are saying now. A few extra words can change everything. Context is very important.
Context. That's a useful word.
It is. Context means the information around something. The background. The reason.
So, can we talk has no context. But can we talk about the project update has context.
Exactly. And with context, people feel safer. They know what to expect.
I'm going to start adding more context to my messages, even small ones.
It makes a big difference. And it's not complicated. Just add one sentence of explanation. That's enough.
One sentence. I can do that.
Anyone can do that. And it helps everyone, not just the person reading. You feel clearer too when you write with context.
That's true. When I write a clear message, I feel more organized.
Writing clearly helps you think clearly.
Okay, so that phrase, adding context. Could I use that at work?
Absolutely. You can say, "Let me give you some context." Or, "Just to give you some context." It sounds very professional and helpful.
Just to give you some context. Let's say that together. Slowly.
Just to give you some context.
If you're listening, say it with us. Just to give you some context. That's a phrase you can use in meetings, in emails, and messages. It tells people you're about to explain something important.
And it makes people feel ready to listen. Not nervous.
That's exactly what communication should do. Make people feel ready, not anxious.
Right. Not every workplace gets that right, unfortunately. But when you say it, when you communicate with care, people notice.
Speaking of noticing things, I want to go back to something you said earlier. You said you used to get nervous before meetings, even small ones.
Yeah.
I still feel that, especially when the meeting is in English. or when there are senior people in the room.
That's very normal. A lot of people feel that.
But it's embarrassing to admit.
Why? It's honest. And I think more people feel it than admit it.
Do you think people in senior roles still feel nervous?
Sometimes, yes. I've seen very confident-looking managers admit they rehearse before big presentations.
Really?
Really. And that's actually the key. They prepare. They practice. Not because they're scared, but because they care.
So preparing doesn't mean you're nervous. It means you're professional.
That's a good way to think about it. Preparing is professional. Rehearsing is professional. It's not a sign of weakness.
I used to think that if you needed to practice, it meant you weren't good enough.
And now?
Now I think everyone rehearses something, even informally, even in their head.
Exactly. On your commute. In the shower. Walking to the office. You think about what you want to say. That's rehearsal. That's preparation.
And that's okay.
That's completely okay. More than okay. It's smart.
Something happened to me last week. I want to tell you about it. I was in a meeting. A big one. Maybe 15 people.
Okay.
And my manager asked me to explain our team's progress. In front of everyone.
Was this planned?
Not really. I mean, I knew I might have to say something. But not that exact moment.
What did you do?
I took a breath. And I started slowly. I said, sure. So, our team has been working on 3 main things. And I just listed them. Simply.
And how did that feel?
My hands were shaking a little. But I kept talking. And after maybe 2 minutes, it started to feel okay. Like I found my rhythm.
That's such a real experience. The beginning is the hardest part.
Yes. Once you start, it gets easier. The hardest moment is before the first word.
Before the first word. That's true for so many things. Sending the first email. Making the first phone call. Speaking in a meeting for the first time.
The first word is the hardest.
But once you say it, you're already going. You're already moving.
And in that meeting, no one knew my hands were shaking.
Probably not. You're usually the only one who notices your own nerves.
Is that really true?
Most of the time, yes. People are focused on what you're saying, not on your hands.
That's actually very comforting.
I think it's something worth remembering when you're nervous. They're listening to your words, not watching your hands.
Okay, so let's talk about something a little lighter. Do you have a funny work story? Something embarrassing but okay now?
Let me think. Yes. Actually, a few years ago, I replied to an email. A long chain. Many people. And I accidentally replied to everyone instead of just one person.
Oh no. What was in the message?
I said something like, I agree, the presentation was really long today. I almost fell asleep at the end.
And everyone saw that?
Everyone. Including the person who gave the presentation.
What did you do?
I just sat there for a moment, staring at the screen. And then I sent another email to everyone saying, I apologize. That message was not meant for everyone. I should have been more careful.
Was it okay?
The presenter laughed about it later. She said, well, at least someone was honest.
That's actually a good ending.
It was. And I learned to always check the to field before sending. Every time. Without exception.
Check the to field. That's practical advice.
The most practical advice I have about email. Check who you are sending to before you press send.
Do you ever feel nervous sending emails now?
Sometimes. When the email is important. When I have to say something difficult. I always reread it at least once.
I reread mine 3 or 4 times.
That's okay too. Take the time you need.
And I still make mistakes sometimes.
Everyone does. Mistakes in emails happen. Missing a word, wrong name, sending too early. It happens to experienced people too.
And life goes on.
Life always goes on. A small email mistake is not the end of the world.
Sometimes it feels like it is in the moment.
I know. But usually, an hour later, everyone has moved on. They're thinking about the next thing.
The world moves fast.
It does. Which is actually good when you make a mistake. The world moves on quickly.
Okay, so I want to talk about something that I think a lot of people feel but don't say out loud.
Go ahead.
The fear of asking questions at work. Specifically, asking someone to repeat something. Or asking for clarification.
That's a real fear.
I used to pretend I understood things, even when I didn't.
Me too. Many people do.
I would nod. I would say, sure, okay, and then walk away thinking, what did they just say?
And then what happened?
I would either figure it out or make a mistake because I didn't fully understand.
So the pretending cost you more in the end.
Usually, yes. It's so much easier to just ask.
But asking feels risky.
Because you worry people will think you're slow or not paying attention.
I understand that worry. But here's what I've noticed. The people who ask questions are usually seen as engaged. As thoughtful. Not as slow.
Really?
Asking a good question shows you're listening. It shows you care about understanding correctly.
That's a different way to think about it.
And there are very simple phrases you can use. Very natural ones. That don't sound like you didn't understand at all. They sound professional.
Like what?
You can say, just to clarify. And then repeat back what you think you heard. Or you can say, sorry, could you say that one more time? Very direct. Very normal.
Just to clarify. Let me try that. Just to clarify, you want the report by Friday?
Perfect. That sounds confident. And it confirms you understood.
And if I really didn't catch something?
You can say, I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. Could you repeat it? Clean. Professional. No embarrassment needed.
I didn't catch that. Not, I didn't understand. I didn't catch that sounds much softer.
Exactly. Catch means you didn't hear it clearly. Which happens to everyone. Noise on a call. Fast speaking. A connection problem. It's always understandable.
If you're listening and you ever feel nervous asking for something to be repeated, please try I didn't catch that. It's simple. It works.
And use it as many times as you need. No one counts.
No one is keeping score.
The goal is to understand. And when you understand correctly, you do better work.
It's actually a professional skill. Asking for clarification.
One of the most underrated skills in any workplace. Especially in a second language.
Especially then. Because sometimes in a second language, you catch most of the words, but miss one key word. And that one word changes everything.
Like someone says, the meeting is not on Thursday. And you miss the knot. And you show up Thursday.
Oh, that happened to a friend of mine once.
Very easy thing to miss.
She sat in an empty conference room for 10 minutes before someone came in and said, "The meeting was yesterday."
Ouch.
She handled it well. She said, "I must have misread the schedule. My apologies." Very calm.
That's the right response. No drama. Simple acknowledgement.
I must have misread. That's another good phrase.
I must have misread the email. Or I think I missed that message. It takes responsibility without making it a big event.
Short. Clear. And then you move forward.
Exactly. Move forward. We keep coming back to that.
Because it's true. At work, the ability to move forward after a small mistake is more valuable than never making one.
No one never makes mistakes. That doesn't exist.
Right. The question is how you handle them.
Calmly. Simply. And then you move forward.
Okay, something else I want to talk about. Remote work. Because I think a lot of people work from home now. Or partly from home.
Yes. A lot has changed in how we work.
And with remote work comes a different kind of communication challenge.
Definitely. When you work from home, almost everything is written. Messages, emails, documents.
You don't have the little moments. The small conversations in the hallway. The quick question at someone's desk.
And those small moments actually do a lot. They build connection. They clear up misunderstandings quickly.
When everything is written, misunderstandings take longer to fix.
Because you write the message. Then you wait. Then they read. Then they reply. By that time, the confusion has grown.
I've had email chains that could have been solved in 1 2-minute conversation.
Most email chains could have been a short conversation.
But sometimes you're not sure if it's okay to just call someone. Or start a video call.
That's a real thing. Especially with people you don't know well. You don't want to interrupt them.
So what do?
I usually send a quick message first. Something like, "Do you have a few minutes to talk?" Or, "Can I ask you something quickly?"
That's good. You check first before calling.
It respects their time. And it's very easy for them to say yes or no.
Do you have a few minutes? I use that one. It's so simple, but it works.
And if they're busy, they can say, "Can we talk later?" And that's fine.
No pressure. Just a check.
Yes. "Do you have a few minutes?" is one of the most useful phrases in remote work.
Let's all say that together. Do you have a few minutes? Just once, slowly.
"Do you have a few minutes?"
That phrase is calm. It's polite. And it opens a conversation without forcing it.
And the person on the other side always appreciates being asked first.
Always. No one likes an unexpected call when they're in the middle of something.
The little check message is a small act of kindness. And those matter at work.
They do. I think kindness in small work moments is underappreciated.
Very underappreciated. Saying thank you when someone helps you. Checking if someone is okay after a hard meeting. Asking before you call.
These things don't take long, but they make the work environment much more human.
And when your environment is more human, you feel safer. You communicate better. You make fewer mistakes from stress.
It connects. The human things connect to the professional things.
They always do. Work is done by humans. So human things always matter at work.
Okay, I want to share something that happened last week. Something a little awkward, but I handled it okay in the end.
Tell me.
I was on a team call, and someone asked for my opinion on something, but I wasn't sure I understood the question correctly.
What did you do?
I said, I want to make sure I understand. Are you asking about? And then I repeated my understanding of the question.
Good.
And the person said, actually, no, I meant something slightly different. And then they explained it more clearly.
So your question helped everyone.
It did. Because 2 other people in the call also said, oh, I wasn't sure either.
So you were probably not the only one who didn't fully understand.
Definitely not. And by asking, I gave everyone a chance to be clear.
That's leadership, actually. Even if it doesn't feel like it in the moment.
It didn't feel like leadership. It felt like I was saving myself from giving the wrong answer.
Both things can be true. And often, the brave thing and the self-protective thing are the same thing.
Asking a clarifying question protects you and helps the group.
Exactly. So don't be afraid to ask. Even when it feels uncomfortable.
Especially when it feels uncomfortable.
Right. The discomfort usually means it's important.
Okay, let's take a small pause. If you're listening right now, maybe you're walking, maybe you're on the train, just take a breath for a second. No rush. We're not going anywhere.
This is a good moment to just notice what you've heard so far. Not to test yourself. Just to notice.
Did any phrase feel useful? Did any story feel familiar? That's the point. Not to memorize. Just to feel familiar.
Familiarity builds confidence over time. The more familiar something feels, the easier it is to use it when you need it.
Like a word you've heard many times. One day you just use it, without thinking.
That's how language really works. Not through memorizing lists, but through hearing things enough times that they feel natural.
And we trust that process. Slow, quiet, natural.
No pressure. Just listening. Again and again.
Okay, let's talk about something that I think is very relatable. Meetings where you want to say something, but you don't know when to speak.
The timing problem.
Yes, you have the thought. You know what you want to say. But the conversation keeps moving and your moment disappears.
And then someone else says almost the same thing 2 minutes later.
And you think, that was my idea.
I know that feeling so well.
What do you do? How do you find the moment to speak?
A few things help me. First, I stopped waiting for a perfect pause. In meetings, there's never a perfect moment. You have to gently make your moment.
How do you make your moment?
You say something like, "Can I add something here?" Or, "Can I just say one thing?" It's a soft entrance. You're not interrupting. You're asking for a moment.
Can I add something here? That works?
It works very well. It's polite. It's clear. And people usually say yes.
And then you have the moment.
And then you speak. Even if it's just 2 or 3 sentences. That's enough.
Can I add something here? Let's practice that. If you're listening, say it once.
Can I add something here?
That phrase works in meetings, in calls, in group conversations. It's a soft way to step in.
And after you speak, you can finish with something like, "Just wanted to add that." Or, "That's all I wanted to say." It closes your moment clearly.
That's all I wanted to say. I like that. It tells people you're finished. No awkward silence.
No hanging moment where people aren't sure if you're done.
Because that hanging moment is the worst.
It is. So ending clearly is just as important as starting clearly.
Start with, "Can I add something?" End with, "That's all I wanted to say." Two bookends.
Simple and professional.
I'm going to try that this week. I have a team meeting on Wednesday.
You'll do fine.
I hope so. Do you have any advice? For someone nervous about Wednesday?
Just one thing. Before the meeting, write down 1 or 2 things you might want to say. Just notes. Not a speech. Just so you know what's on your mind.
So I feel prepared.
Exactly. Even if you don't use your notes, having them makes you feel ready. And feeling ready makes you calmer. And calm is everything in a meeting.
Calm is everything. Yes.
And if you don't say anything at all in Wednesday's meeting, that's okay too. Listening is participating. Remember that.
Listening is participating. I'll write that down.
And next week, maybe you'll speak once. And the week after, maybe twice. Slowly. No pressure.
Slowly.
Work English, like any skill, build slowly. And that's completely normal.
It's not about being perfect this week. It's about being a little better than last month.
Yes. That's the right measure. Not perfect now. A little better than before.
Okay. I want to talk about something that connects to what we've been saying. The idea of feeling behind at work.
What do you mean by behind?
Like, feeling that everyone else understands things faster. Everyone else speaks more confidently. Everyone else knows what to do. And you're still catching up.
That feeling.
Yes, that feeling.
I had that feeling for a long time. Especially in meetings with very experienced people.
And it's exhausting. Because you're listening and also worrying at the same time.
Listening and performing calm when you don't feel calm.
That takes so much energy.
It does. And what I learned, slowly, is that most people in that room are also managing something. Their own worries. Their own gaps.
No one has the full picture.
No one. Even the most confident-seeming person has moments of doubt. They've just had more practice hiding it.
That's actually both reassuring and a little sad.
A little of both, maybe.
But reassuring in the way that you're not alone. You never were alone in that feeling.
Never. And when you realize that, the pressure lifts a little.
Just a little. But that little bit matters.
It matters a lot.
I think that's something people don't say enough at work. I felt nervous too. Or I wasn't sure either. We pretend confidence.
Pretend confidence.
All the time.
And sometimes pretending is useful. Getting through a presentation by projecting calm even when you're not.
But off the call. After the meeting. It's okay to say, that was hard for me.
Yes. Finding people you trust at work, people you can be honest with, that makes a big difference.
Having one person you can say, that meeting was really hard to, is actually valuable.
Very valuable. And that person doesn't have to be a close friend. Just someone who listens without judging.
A work person who gets it.
Yes. And often, when you share, they say, "Me too." And suddenly you both feel less alone.
Me too. 2 words that can be very powerful at work.
They can be. When someone says, "I found that confusing," and you say, "Me too," something relaxes. For both of you.
Because you stop pretending. Just for a moment.
And that moment of honesty is actually very human. And very healthy.
Okay. So, we've been talking for a while. Let's go to something lighter. Something more playful.
I like lighter.
Let's talk about office small talk. The conversations that happen before meetings start. Or at the coffee machine. or in the elevator.
The 30-second conversations.
Yes, those. They feel so small, but they can also feel so difficult in a second language.
Because you can't prepare for them.
Right. Someone just walks in and says, "Hey, how was your weekend?" And your brain freezes.
Especially if you're not sure what level of answer they expect. Do they want one word? A full story?
One word is usually safer.
Usually. Something like, pretty good, thanks. Quiet weekend. And then ask them.
Always ask them.
Always. How about yours? That's all you need. They talk. You listen. And the small talk is done.
Pretty good, thanks. How about yours? That's a full small talk response in 6 words.
6 words. And it works every time.
If you're listening and small talk feels hard, try that today. Pretty good, thanks. How about yours? Just once.
And don't worry about making it interesting. Small talk is not supposed to be interesting. It's supposed to be comfortable.
That's a relief.
The goal of small talk is just to be warm. To acknowledge the other person. Not to be impressive.
To be warm, not impressive.
Yes. And warmth is easy. A smile, a short reply, a question back. That's warmth.
You know, I think people who are worried about their English often try too hard in small talk. They plan a long answer and then they panic.
And a short natural answer always sounds better than a long nervous one.
Always.
Simple is almost always better. Simple sounds confident, actually.
Because confident people don't over-explain. They say just enough.
Just enough. That's the goal.
I'm going to remember that. Just enough.
And when in doubt, ask a question. People love talking about themselves. Ask them something simple. And then listen.
Listening again. Back to listening.
It keeps coming back.
Because it's the foundation. Before speaking well, you listen well.
And the more you listen, the more natural your speaking becomes. Over time.
Quietly. Without pressure.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about something that I think about often. What happens after a hard day at work? Emotionally.
That's important.
Because after a hard meeting, or after a difficult conversation with a manager, or after making a mistake, how do you recover?
What does recovery look like for you?
Honestly, I usually need about 10 minutes of quiet. I sit with a cup of tea and I don't think about work.
That sounds healthy.
And then I come back. And the thing feels smaller.
Distance helps. Even 10 minutes of distance.
Do you have something you do after a hard work moment?
I usually go for a short walk. Even just around the building. Or to get a glass of water. The physical movement helps my brain reset.
Reset. That's a good word.
It is. Your brain needs to reset. Like a device. When you've been pushing hard, a small break resets you.
And when you come back, things are clearer.
Usually, yes. The problem doesn't go away. But your ability to handle it is restored.
Restored. I like that.
Restored means brought back. Like your energy is refilled. Your calm is back.
I need to restore my calm. That's how it feels.
Exactly. And sometimes the most professional thing you can do is give yourself 10 minutes first.
Because if you go back too soon, when you're still frustrated, you might say something you regret.
Or send an email you shouldn't have sent.
We've both done that.
Probably everyone has.
The emotional email. Written in frustration. Sent too fast.
The golden rule. Never send an important email when you're angry or upset. Write it. Save it. Read it again in an hour.
In an hour, it always looks different.
Always. You'll either soften the words or delete it completely.
The 1 hour rule. I use that now.
Good rule for life, not just work.
Okay, let's come back to something work-related. Let's talk about feedback. Getting feedback at work.
Oh, that's a big one.
Because feedback can feel very personal, even when it's professional.
Very true. Someone says, this report needs more detail, and part of your brain hears, you're not good enough.
Exactly. Even though they're talking about the report.
Not about you.
But it feels that way.
It does. And the key, I think, is to try to separate yourself from your work. Slowly. That's hard to do. It takes practice.
The report is not you. The presentation is not you.
Exactly. The work is something you made. It can be improved. You can improve it. That's not the same as you being wrong.
That's a really helpful reframe.
And when you get feedback, the most useful response is very simple. You say, thank you. I'll look at that.
Thank you. I'll look at that. That's it?
That's it. You don't have to agree immediately. You don't have to defend yourself. You just acknowledge. And then you look at it later with calm eyes.
Thank you. I'll look at that. Let's all say that once. Slowly.
Thank you. I'll look at that.
It buys you time. It shows you heard. And it doesn't commit you to anything immediately.
And later, when you're calm, you look at the feedback. And sometimes you think, actually, they had a point.
And sometimes you think, I don't fully agree.
And both are okay. But with calm, you can decide.
With frustration, you can't decide anything clearly.
Not clearly, no.
Feedback is a skill to receive, like communication is a skill to send.
Yes. Receiving feedback is a skill. And it gets easier with practice.
Everything gets easier with practice, including English.
Including English.
Okay, I want to circle back to something. Earlier we talked about the phrase move forward. And just to give you some context. And I didn't catch that.
Yes. Good collection.
Let's go through a few more. Very short ones. Phrases for everyday work English.
Sure. Let's keep them short and simple.
Okay, what about when you need more time to do something?
You can say, I'll get back to you on that. Very common. Very professional.
I'll get back to you on that. It means I will answer you soon, but not right now.
Exactly. It buys you time without saying no.
I'll get back to you. Say that once if you're listening. It's such a useful phrase.
Very. Another one, when you want to confirm something, you say, just to confirm.
Just to confirm, the meeting is at 3?
Perfect. It shows you want to be accurate. Not that you forgot.
Just to confirm. I use that one a lot.
And when you finish something and you want to let someone know.
I've completed that. Or, that's done now. Simple and direct.
That's done now. Short. Clear. No extra words.
At work, sometimes fewer words are better.
Often. In messages especially. A short message that says everything is better than a long message that says the same thing twice.
Write short. Speak clearly. Listen well.
That's basically the whole guide.
If only I'd had that in year 1 of my career.
What was year 1 like for you?
Stressful. I overthought everything. I reread emails so many times before sending them.
How many times?
Sometimes 10.
10.
I know. It's a lot. And then I'd send it and still worry.
And was the email usually okay?
Usually, yes. The worry was always bigger than the problem.
The worry is almost always bigger than the actual problem. That's true for so many work situations.
You build it up in your head, and the real thing is much smaller.
This is especially true for meetings. You worry for days. The meeting happens. And 20 minutes later, life continues.
20 minutes later, you're thinking about lunch.
Exactly. And the thing you dreaded is behind you.
And you realize, I can do this.
Yes. Every time you get through a hard moment at work, a little piece of confidence builds.
Small piece by small piece.
That's how confidence is built. Not in one big moment. In many small ones.
Small moments. Small pieces.
And one day you realize you feel different than before. Steadier. Not perfect. Just steadier.
Steadier. That's the right word. Not fearless. Steadier.
Because fear doesn't fully go away. You just get more comfortable with it.
You make friends with the nervousness.
Something like that. You acknowledge it. And then you do the thing anyway.
I think that's actually a good definition of professional courage.
I think so too.
Okay, we're getting close to the end of our conversation today. But before we finish, I want to say something to the person listening.
Go ahead.
If English at work feels hard right now, if meetings feel like too much, if emails take too long, if you're still nervous speaking, please know that's completely normal. And please know it gets better.
It genuinely does.
Not because one day you wake up and you're perfect, but because slowly, the language becomes more familiar. The situations become more familiar. And you become more familiar with yourself in those situations.
That's well said.
You're not behind. You're just at a point in the journey.
And every journey takes time.
Take your time.
No rush.
The fact that you're here, listening, spending this time, that already matters. That's already something.
Listening is learning. We mean that.
And the English you've heard today, the phrases, the conversations, the small moments, they're in your mind now. Even if you don't remember them consciously.
They'll come up when you need them.
That's how it works. Slowly. Quietly.
No pressure.
No pressure.
Okay. So, before we go, let's do a very quick, soft recap. Not a test. Just a reminder.
Gentle reminder.
We talked about communication at work. About messages with context. About the phrase just to give you some context.
About asking for clarification. I didn't catch that. Just to confirm.
About speaking in meetings. Can I add something here? And that's all I wanted to say.
About small talk. Pretty good, thanks. How about yours?
About feedback. Thank you. I'll look at that.
About needing more time. I'll get back to you on that.
About moving forward. Because you always can.
These phrases are yours now. Use them when they feel right. Don't rush.
And if none of them feel right yet, that's fine too. They'll feel right later. When you've heard them a few more times.
Come back to this episode. Or any episode. That's what they're here for.
Okay. That's everything from us today. I'm Ash.
And I'm Sage. Thank you for being here with us today.
Wherever you are, we hope your next work day is a little calmer, a little clearer.
And a little more yours.
Take care of yourself.
See you next time.